On this James the Bike Guy, we're taking a look at the 2020 Specialized Diverge Comp E5 aluminum. This is the aluminum format of the Specialized Diverge gravel bike, and this thing is pretty sweet. So we're going to go over some of the features, design, and the specs of the bike, but of course we're going to get it on a scale to find out exactly what it weighs. But before we do all that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you can see more videos like this into the future. Now, taking a look at this bike, this is where some of the real magic happens. So this aluminum bike basically gives you all of the same features as what you would get on the carbon fiber version of the bike, just in an aluminum format. So that means you're going to get the future shock, you're going to get wide tire clearance, and you're going to get a very good ride quality, but at a much lower price. Now, taking a look at the bike, the first thing we should talk about is this future shock. So this is what makes the Specialized Diverge so unique. So it's got a shock in the head tube that allows the handlebar to travel up and down, making for a much more comfortable ride on rough terrain. And then in the rear, the seat post, you can see the top tube and the seat tube don't connect, and that allows a little extra, flex in the back end of the bike. Now, they are setting this up with a straight blade carbon fiber fork. So this is a fact carbon fork with 12 by 100 through axle up front. And because they've got a through axle up front, they also put the through axle in the back. So this is 12 by 142, meaning this is going to have the same wheel standard as a nice high-end gravel bike. Now, tire clearance is quite good. So this bike is already set up with these Road Sport 35mm tires mounted onto some Axis Sport wheels, but you can see tire clearance is quite substantial. So with this 35, we've got plenty of room up front. And then if we look at the rear is going to have a ton of room too. So you can absolutely start mounting in some bigger tires as you so want. Now, for a drivetrain on this bike, Shimano sets this up with Shimano's 105. So this is the R7000 series, but it does mean that you get these R7025 shifters. So these shifters are a mechanical shift but hydraulic lever. So it's hydraulic lever that's then powering Shimano's flat mount 105 calipers, and they're shifting the 105 drivetrain. So in the back you've got this R7000 GS rear derailleur. So that's the longer cage version of the 105 derailleurs. That's using an 11 to 34 cassette. So you've got super wide range 105 cassette in back, and then up front they've got the 105 front derailleur. It's a braze-on format, but this is where it gets really neat. So Specialized uses Praxis Works, which is a high-quality Californian company that does these cold forged chain rings that actually shift really well. But this is set up with what they call a subcompact. So that means it's 48 teeth for the big ring and 32 for the small ring. So that's 2 teeth smaller on both fronts compared to a standard compact crank. And what that means is this bike is going to be set up with a really great gearing setup for doing some serious hill climbing, for some loaded gravel riding, or even just for somebody who wants to be able to have that lower range to get up the hills or do the type of riding that they're looking to do. Now, that's pretty neat, and it's also set up with a threaded bottom bracket. So this is an aluminum threaded bottom bracket, which is going to be super easy to maintain. And on that front, this is actually set up where, with this adapter that comes with the bike and the integrated rack mounts, you can set up a rack and fender setup on this bike. Now, you can do that both on the front and the rear. The front carbon fork is set up with fender mounts as well, so that's a pretty nice feature. For cockpit on this bike, you're going to be running Specialized 3D forged aluminum stem. Basic aluminum stem, but it's got a 31.8 mounting, which is a nice thing to see. And then you get this Specialized shallow handlebar. So this has a 70mm reach, so nice and short length, and then a shallow drop of 125mm. Now, the width is going to be dependent on the size of the bike, so larger bikes of course will get wider handlebars. Now in the saddle area, you're going to get the Specialized Power Sport saddle. So this is a steel railed saddle, but a very, very comfortable one. It's got the truncated nose, which is unique to the Specialized Power saddle. And then that's of course mounted up on this aluminum 2-bolt seat post that's 27.2 millimeters in diameter. So that's a look at all of the features and design of the Specialized Diverge Comp E5 aluminum. So let's go ahead and find out exactly what this weighs. So the Specialized 2020 Comp E5 aluminum comes in and weighs 21.58 pounds. Well, thanks for watching this video on the Specialized Comp E5 aluminum Diverge. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the spec and the design, even this color. This color is pretty neat, so leave those down in the comments, and while you're at it, please hit that thumbs up button and make sure to smash the subscribe button.